Hello and welcome to Ex-Witness Awake. I am your host, Jonathan. I hope you all are doing great today. Just wearing my stylish hat here, but I'm going to turn it around because it blocks the light. So I was thinking about something that happened when I was still active as a witness. It was shortly after my father had passed away in 2004. Now, my parents had a a house trailer that was too big for my mom to have after she was a widow. So at a certain point she was able to get into a small apartment, but taking all that stuff from a house into a small apartment was just not something that she was able to do. So she had to make some space. She had to cut down on some of the things that she brought with her. And she had a vast library of books, literature from over the years that I remember when I was a little kid, some of the older publications, so I would say probably easily early 80s stuff, but even some 70s publications from the Watchtower Bible Tract Society. And she didn't have room for that. Now, at this time, of course, they had the Watchtower Library on CD. This was pre-jw.org. And, you couldn't log in that way. You'd have to get the updated disc every year. So she decided she was going to get rid of her books. My grandma was there, her mother, was there at the time to help her, kind of get things in order. And my grandma is a devout Catholic. She's very devout. My mom and her mom would kind of butt heads and have over the years and still butt heads. Grandma's a feisty old lady. I love her. She's in her 90s now. She slowed down some, but she's still kicking. She was delighted when Mom decided that we should just go ahead and burn those books. Now, thinking back, I'm not sure if it was my idea or her idea. I'm not really sure. But in any case, we decided to burn those books because she had the CD and she didn't need to have all those publications because she could have a nice little disc. Book burning. It's a thing that Jehovah's Witnesses have done throughout the years. Not always burning of books, but disposing of books anyway. Looking back, considering what I do now, I only have the Silver Bible, the newest one. I have a pocket-sized New World Translation from the previous edition. So a little paper-bound black one. And I have the Bible storybook that I picked up at a secondhand bookstore a few months ago. I really wish I had all those publications back because I realize I could actually use them now to show old light and new light and see how they changed over the years. So I guess the direction came down from Bethel and, through the elders that you're supposed to get rid of your old literature like that. Now, you'd think this is spiritual food. It's something that could actually be helpful to those who are seeking the truth. So why not offer them to somebody else? Why not give them to a bookstore? Why not donate them to a local library? Well, It's because some of those publications are considered apostate material now. Now, it seems kind of weird since it's produced by Watchtower to have the old stuff now be, oh, that's bad, you can't look at that because that's old light. It's supposed to be, they call it the truth. How is it that truth becomes not truth over time? Now, I can understand if let's say you believe a certain thing and you study and you go and you realize, no, this doesn't seem right, because you've put some thought into it and your belief system goes in another direction. That's basically what's happening with most apostates, I think, because they used to believe the things that were presented to them by the organization, but they don't anymore. They've got new information, new light of their own that says these things don't make any sense. I'm not going to participate in that any longer. But burning books to make space? Seems to me like you're trying to hide what is in the past. Because there are some publications that are just wild compared to what Jehovah's Witnesses believe now. So, I was watching a clip of Fahrenheit 451, and it just seems applicable, a certain scene that I watched. So I'm going to actually show that in a moment and think about how crazy it is to burn books. So here you go.
Montag. I knew it.
I imagine this is the governing body talking to the elders.
Of course, all this. The existence of a secret library was known in high places.
They'd love to see all the old publications destroyed, but there's the internet, after all.
So many books in one place. I was just an ordinary fireman at the time. Wasn't even qualified to use the flamethrower. It's all ours, Montag. Listen to me, Montag. Once to each fireman, at least once in his career, he just itches to know what these books are all about. He just aches to know, isn't that so?
So you gotta wonder what the elders
take my
are
word
thinking
for it,
when
Montag.
they come across any of these books.
There's nothing there. The books have nothing to say.
That's what they're likely to think. It's just old light.
Look, these are all novels. All about people that never existed. The people that read them and makes them unhappy with their own lives, makes them want to live in other ways that can never really be.
Well, that sounds like you can't always live up to the standards that they want you to live by.
What's happening?
This house is condemned. They're said to burn the books right here with everything else.
Well, burning the house is one thing. Burning the books is another, isn't it? It's never any good burning everything together. Come on, Montag. All this philosophy. Let's get rid of it. It's even worse than the novels.
Oh, right. That's why you should go to university, because they're going to teach you how to
Only
think.
I am right. The others are all idiots. One century they tell you man's destiny is predetermined. The next they'll say that he has freedom of choice.
The governing body says you have freedom of choice.
All,
But no, not
just
really.
like short dresses this year, long dresses next year. Look. All stories of the day. Biography, that's called. An autobiography. My life, my diary, my memoirs.
This part reminds me when there's a change of governing body members.
Of course, when they started out, well, it was just the urge to write. Then after the second or third book, all they wanted was to satisfy their own vanity, to stand out from the crowd, to be different, to be able to look down on all the others.
I wonder if that's why there's changes in policy.
This is a good one. Of course, he had the critics on his side. Lucky fellow. Just tell me this, Montag. At a guess, how many literary awards would you say were made in this country on an average each year? 5, 10, 40? No less than 1,200. Why, anybody that put pen to paper was bound to win
Some of the
prize
earlier
someday.
stuff was pretty racist.
Robinson Crusoe. The Negroes didn't like that because of his man, Friday. And Nietzsche. Nietzsche. The Jews didn't like Nietzsche.
I remember when
Here's a book about
transplants were
lung
banned and
cancer.
suddenly they weren't.
See, all the cigarette smokers got into a panic, so for everybody's peace of mind, we burn it. Now this one must be very profound. The Ethics of Aristotle. Now, anybody that read that must believe he's a cut above anybody that hadn't. See, it's no good, Montag. We've all got to be alike. The only way to be happy is for everyone to be made equal.
Clones.
So, we must burn the books, Montag. All the books.
So, yeah. I don't recommend burning books. It's something the Nazis were fond of.
My boy, we're pilgrims in an unholy land.
And actually, it's been kind of in the news in the past month or so that there is a televangelist, fundamentalist, I don't know, whatever you want to call him, a guy named Greg Locke, who recently, I think in February, early February, late January, had a book burning. And he got a lot of backlash when it came to that. Because most people go, book burning, what are you doing? There's a reason for that. Because it's just trying to destroy information that could either benefit someone or disprove something. Well, staff showed up and it's a change of venue. Now we're outside. I usually hate being out in the cold, but why not? So back to the burning of books. Not a good thing. So if you are watching this channel and watching this particular video and you have some literature, Jehovah's Witnesses, make it available online. You could probably actually sell it and make a few bucks. There's people who are looking to collect these pieces of literature so that they can use them to point out the hypocrisy of Jehovah's Witnesses and the changes that they've made throughout the years. Because it's one thing to make minor adjustments to a doctrine, because the times that we live in, societal changes of thought, the way people live, things can get better. Things can change for the better, But when you flip-flop and you wishy-washy about things, and for instance, I brought this out before when it comes to excommunication. When it's the Jehovah's Witnesses saying, you Catholics using this excommunication to punish people, and it's based on pagan practices, and here's a list of scriptures that they're using, and this has nothing to do with what you're doing, and then 5 years later do a complete 180 and suddenly, hey, you know what? This is biblical, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to start kicking people out for, going against what we teach. So, minor changes, okay. 180s, not okay. Yeah, so I guess that's really all I had to say on that. I just had to finish up out here and go home and get some sleep. So I want to thank you for watching, and I hope that you have an excellent day, and I will catch you next time. Bye for now.